Oh boy. Where's my phone? Bear with me 1 minute. Let me get my phone. Okay. I need the phone. Hey, David. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Okay. Chat is live. So, hi, Nick. So, the plan is to just briefly go over the Legendary Dungeon update. But really, the video that I did recently, and you can see the link, the thumbnail here on the screen, is that video is live. It's only about 8 minutes long, but it gives pretty much everything you need to know about where we're at with Legendary Dungeon. Matt, good to see you. Jeff, good to see you. Sorry I was a little bit late in. So it's 30 plus degrees here. It's probably not quite that now, but seeing it's the evening. But I was looking around for a fan because I got on and I was like, oh, it's pretty hot in here in front of the computer. So I've got a little fan pointed at me, so hopefully that makes it more bearable. The heat. I mean, I love the heat, but when you're watching me on screen and my face is kind of a bit slightly sweaty, but I love it. Philip, how you doing? Good to see you. Graham, good to see you. How's everybody doing? Well, so we'll let everybody kind of filter in, and then once I've had a little talk about where we're at with that, then we can have a look at doing another fighting fantasy book. Occasionally we do one, don't we, on the channel, and we work our way through some of it. It's clearly we don't necessarily finish those books, and we often die, but we'll give it a go. And I've got a selection of 4. Mick, how you doing? Good to see you. Nanandus, how you doing? Good to see you. I probably completely slaughtered your name, and I do apologise. So yeah, and I got a little glass of port to keep me company. Just there, just a little tipple. Philip, doing good. Thank you. Enjoying the heat. Tomorrow I'll finally have a chance to play some Realms after a while. Fantastic. Philip, that sounds great. It's one of these games you need to get it set up and then you can just work on it over a period of time. Good. Mick says he's doing good. Fantastic. Matt, I have a house full of my daughter's friends, so I'm hiding from the chaos. Oh man. I've got 2 daughters, and my youngest one is very much the party animal. Well, she used to be. Now I'm playing Radzone, says Grab. Fantastic. And when she was about 16, maybe. I mean, she's not that much older now, but maybe 15. She had a house party, and it was total chaos. We banned house parties for a year after that. I'm still at work. I got you, Jeff. Kind of. Is that from home? Working from home? Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of feel like when I was a kid, I didn't really want to have parties around my mates' friends' houses. You know, I always felt like it was almost a bit of an intrusion. But I don't know. Ledenier, how are you doing? Thank you. I just love your game. Well, that makes me very happy. Thank you. Well, there's some other games as well, and there's some more coming. So if you haven't played Rad Zone, Le Dernier, I would have a look. It even inspired me my musical structures for composition stuff. Fantastic. Well, how can you say something like that without offering us up some link or what do you mean? It's kind of like, it's what sort of music is it? Classical, or is it kind of ambience, or is it like tunes? What are you doing? Yeah, there's Rad Zone, there's Intergalactic Space Trader, the Dernier. What else is there? There's Alien Sanctuary, and we have got Wild West Marshall coming, which is coming on nicely, and then an expansion for IST as well as the Legendary Dungeon, as you can see on here, which we'll go over that in a sec. I'm heading in your direction in the morning, Toby. I'm taking my parents to Dragstalgia, hot rod drag racing at Santa Pod Raceway. What, David? Are you tripping? Le Dernier says serial music, contemporary experimental, based on combinations and procedural processes. Oh man, I'd love to hear that. That sounds cool. Dark Force, thank you, Jeff. Dark Force Incursion. Email it to me, Toby@DRGames. Email me a link, man, if you want. Get it out there. You're part of the community. Now you've been on the chat here, just let us know. We'd love to hear that. That sounds fascinating. Jeff, Philip, Graham, how many hours have you in Rad Zone? ? Don't ask him a question like that. It's top secret. Yeah, so yeah, that sounds. Drop pods, yes, of course. There's drop pods. Yeah, that's you know, it's. I love making games. I'm always thinking about making games. It's just a joyous thing for me, and I'm very lucky. Even if I have worked hard to get to this point, it's still a great thing to do. But he doesn't know, but it's adding up, Philip. Star Glider, how are you doing? Evening, Toby. 30 degrees, way too hot, especially in the evening. Man, this is my paradise. I was meant to be born in a tropical country. I really. This is how we made every effort to live in Australia, in Brisbane area, and that didn't quite work out, so I had to come back to England. But England's a really nice place to live, don't get me wrong. It's just not as hot as I need it to be, although these days I like this 30 degrees. Santa Pod Raceway is in Wellingborough. Wow. So hang on a minute, you had to bring your mum, did you say? Was it your mum? Who was it? I'm taking my parents. Right, so they're into some drag racing. Wow. Summer heat is my least favourite. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in that position. I don't know why I'm so sort of freaky like that. I rarely meet people who tell me they love the heat. But I just do. I've got a fair few sports-related tendon injuries, like my neck and my shoulder. I've got tendonitis in my badminton shoulder, so it aches during the winter. I'm just getting I'm just an old bloody man. But I don't get any pain during the summer, so it's wonderful. I love that. None. That's your name for now, None. Thank you. Lol, it's 30 degrees C. Is 30 degrees C that bad in Europe? normal for us to get 90 to 100 Fahrenheit. These days where I am, we just put on shorts and go, and good to go. Yes. Shorts, t-shirt and flip-flops. Preferred modus operandus. Mum and Dad, yeah, we're family of old hot rodders. One of my sisters I already have there. Right. Fantastic. That is a weird, because that's not really, is there a big scene for that in this country? I didn't think there was. Anybody else finding the stream stuttering? So what's 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? Does anybody know that? Is the stream stuttering? Hang on. Hang on. I haven't seen any stuttering. It's stuttering a little bit. Doesn't usually stutter though, does it, David? Hang on. Joe, could you do me a favour and just go and see whether anybody's downloading? Okay. Thank you. Right. I've sent the better half to go around the house to see if anybody is downloading. Stream side here. Okay. Well, that's interesting. No. Normally crystal. Strange. Mustang is fine. Oh, 30 degrees Celsius is hot. It's not bad at all then. So what was it? 30 degrees C is 86 Fahrenheit. So 100 degrees is 37.7 Celsius. Right. I feel like we've had this conversation before. I look quite glowy there. Oh my god. Let me just see if I can reduce the... Here we go. No. That looks a bit better maybe. Yeah. Okay. Can you check that the... Wills, how you doing? Good to see you. Nick. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Lars. Yeah, so it's not that bad. For over 30 degrees C for me is a good temperature. That's what I like, but you see that I'm not very English like that. You know, most people are kind of complain about the heat. I mean, we get a lot of people. There are quite a lot of deaths around this sort of time because we're not really set up for heat in this country. It's probably the British internet complaining about the heat. You're probably right, actually, David. Wills is showing his age. I really don't. Graham says the Norman Collier isn't turned on. Is that a what reference is that, Wills? Is that a Only Fools and Horses reference? A couple of weeks ago it was 105 Fahrenheit here and everyone was just in the pool, lol. Wow. Now that's the type of heat. Wow, that'd be perfect. Sometimes we get past 110, which is 43 Celsius. Those, Jeff says, those days are horrible. We don't have any humidity where I am though. Okay. The dry heat's better, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and we get the slightest bit of humidity here and everybody's like, oh, I can't stand it. I don't mind at all. I don't mind the whole... I don't really... This is quite a personal statement. I don't really sweat a lot, but, you know, I know people who sweat a lot have a real problem with it, but I really don't have that much of an issue. Information we didn't really need to know for the stream tonight, is it? Let's face it. Yeah. So no, I'm enjoying the heat. We duck back down. We've got like 4 days of maybe 30 degrees, and then it ducks down to about 22 degrees, which is going to be depressing. But you know, we are. Thank you, Joe. We said Joe just said no one is downloading in the house, so seems okay. Yeah. no, and it's something that we talk about all the time in this country, the weather. Norman Colour used to be a routine on light entertainment programs in the 80s where he used to pretend that his mic was cutting out. Oh, yes! Definitely showing my age, unfortunately. Will's no problem with that. Yeah, the guy... that guy. Yes, 35 degrees in France. Need to play your game in the fridge. Oh, man. It's nice to have a bit of sun, you know. Nice to have a bit of heat. Let most people look in this country. It's often grey. That's the thing about people often think the UK is associated with rain, and it is to a certain extent. But at the moment, the farmers have no rain for months. You know, it's just basically the problem we have is it's grey a lot of cloud cover. I find average humidity in Nebraska is 20% less than UK. You will love it here, Toby. I would love to come over, Nick. Yeah, I you know, just we'll see. We're going to see this year. I had hoped that maybe I might come over this year to America, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. And there's a few things that have got in the way. But next year things are looking like they're going to be a bit more. I don't really want to go into too much. It's nothing personal, I think, but it's just family, you know. So next year it looks like my youngest will be 18, which is part of the reason. So we're going to be in a position where we can travel a bit more, maybe. So we'll see how we go, and then it also depends on how the other projects do, whether we can justify a trip over to America. There's lots of things going on. Yeah, well, actually, you know, we're in about 4 weeks. We're going camping for a week, so it'll be no stream that week. But yeah, we're doing a little camping trip ourselves. We're down at Tallahassee. Good to see you. What's the temperature like in Germany? We're all talking about temperature. It's 35 degrees in France, 30 degrees in the UK. Tell us. Germany's usually about the same as UK, I think, isn't it? It's hot as balls, Toby. Fantastic. I don't quite know what the temperature is, but it's bloody hot. Although it was quite nice today, yeah. Lamo. That's what that's. What's that stand for? LMAO. What's it stand for? Is it? I've forgotten now. It's been a while since I've seen that. Last weekend, Philip says, last weekend when the night was too hot inside, we went camping in the garden. First time in a tent for me for my 5-year-old daughter, which was brilliant. Laughed my arse off. Ah, yes. Thanks, David. Yeah, fantastic. I don't mind the humidity too much, says Starglider, but hate being in the sun for more than a few minutes. Well, it's really that. I hate sun lotion. Yuck. Well, when we used to, because as you well know, I lived in Australia for a year. I always bring that up. We used to put the suntan lotion on the kids every day when they used to have to go to school, because you have to put it on before you go to school. So we're not too phased by that now, to be honest. And I used to be like that. I used to be like, go and sit in the sun. But now, I don't mind, actually. I don't mind a bit of a pool day. I can read and try and take my mind off things. But today it was about mid-20s. Oh, okay, fair enough. Windy. Yeah, it's quite windy here, actually. That's been a bit of a problem. Fantastic. Yeah. So it's great, nice little. It's nice to see everybody's here. Apart from Mark, Clive, but a good crowd so far. Nice group. So what I'll quickly do is just go over the Legendary Dungeon update for those of you who would have seen the video. The link is in the description of this video right now. You can watch it there. You can go down into the description and click on the link, and it will give you all the latest updates for 2d6 Legendary Dungeon. But we are in a really good position. I've finished level 4. I'm halfway through level 5. That's going to be slightly delayed because it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow, and 28 years married, and on the 28th of June, and we're going into London to see the Great Gatsby, and have a meal out with my sister and her husband. So I'll be having a day out, so I won't get as much done this week as I thought. I usually work through Saturday. Daniel, good to see you. Hi Toby, windy and not so hot up here. Ooh, are you in Scotland? The side of my office is all glass and it's like a greenhouse, and the aircon broke today. It's always the way. It's in the UK. It's just so classic in the UK. We need the aircon for like a month in the year, and then it's just too much for the aircon to take when it actually gets hot, so it breaks down. It's always the way. Congratulations. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you, Matt David. Saw a couple of weeks ago. We'll love that show. You will love it. Saw it a couple of weeks ago. Fantastic, Matt. Congratulations on the 28th years. Yeah, it is 28. Newcastle area. David's. Yes, David, don't melt. Take precautions. Yeah, so with the dungeon, so we're level 4, halfway through right level 5. That means hopefully I should have most of it done before the end of June, and then that gives me July to put everything together. We've obviously got level 1. I'm doing some work on the rules just to add a few bits in, thanks to Jeff. Sounds like you shouldn't move you should move your office, David. It does, doesn't it? Or just fix the aircon. That'd be a good thing. And Mark and David and all those cool people have helped me out with feedback. So the rules are going to be slightly tweaked. We've got a few things to add in there, like spectral power, inventive usage. You know, how that comes into play in the game and how you can use spectral power points in an inventive usage way. There's a few more powers to add in. There's a few things that I have to sort of cover, like we've shifted a few of the maneuvers, dice sets for some of the animals so far. We've got clarification of different powers, certain things that need to be clarified. So there's a few kind of minor things that I'm working through alongside writing the dungeon rooms, and it's coming along really nice. I'm in a really good place. The story is ramping up to the climax, which is exciting, and so I'm going to be able to start putting that all together in the tables, and that can take a little while, and then we've got to read through it and then have a bit more testing. Largely though, it feels like the testing we've done, particularly thank you to Jeff as well for this, it has we're kind of getting the level now. We feel like we're getting a level for it not being too difficult, not too easy. So hopefully that sounds like you should move. Leone, welcome. The algorithm took me here after listening to Motorhead. Wow. I mean, I personally don't really know Motorhead that well, so, but any of their songs kind of, could you imagine them being related to dungeons, or That is weird. Did you look at some... Are you into solo player games, Leone? Are you... Fighting Fantasy? Do you like Fighting Fantasy? Have you read any Fighting Fantasy? Yeah, welcome, Talahar says. Started playing another playthrough last night. I'm loving drawing the maps for this expansion now. There's some really interesting... Thank you, David. Not sure the connection with Motorhead, but I like it. Me too. So, yeah. So that means if I'm doing the layout, finishing the layout in July, I hope that shouldn't take me more than 2 weeks. Fingers crossed. And then we'll have a finished product in July, which we can then double check for a couple of weeks. I can then print in August, beginning of August, and we can be sending books out in August. That's where we want to be, because I want to be able to get Void 2D6 Void kicks going in September, so we can keep the projects rolling. If you see what I mean. Yeah, Matt, I agree with you. Yeah, Jeff, I know what you're saying. I read between the lines. It is. I know we've got to. Yeah, I'm as focused as I've ever been on this project at the moment. I have to get this done. We have to get this done. It's partly. It's not just that I want to get it done, and I'm in the vibe. I'm in the moment. But, but it's also important from a business perspective as well, that we can't linger too long on one project, otherwise we could sink the company. David, I know it's a big build up. We're going to start getting a few hints as we move through. Once I've finished writing Legendary Dungeon, then I'm going to start writing Void. So that is going to be in the pipeline over the next couple of months, because I need to build up enough stuff so I can then construct a good enough Kickstarter, so I get a feel for how it's going to move forward. So yeah, Jeff, yeah, you're not wrong. So Void in September. Well, happy birthday to me, says Talahar. It's exciting, but we are in Legendary Dungeon at the moment. We're going to have so much time to we're going to have a good period of 2D6 Void. That is coming. Oh, we got some September babies here. And Talahar, David, and who was it? Talahar, David. I think just those two. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well. Yeah, so that's round about where we're at with it. The only thing I can see kind of stalling it a bit might be just the art side of it. It's a lot for Jake to work on. He's doing some other bits and pieces for me as well. He just does these little drawings, really. So, but he's doing some stuff for IST, which is coming on nicely. The Galaxy expansion, I'm enjoying chipping away at that as well as we're working, as well as a little bit on been working on some tables for Wild West Marshall, which is I'm excited about. But that is going to be, the Wild West Marshall is going to be a smaller format. It's going to be this size. It's going to be part of this collection, where it's a kind of pocket situation where you can take it around with you. Mine's on the 1st. Wow. Felicia, how are you doing? I'm on September. Good to see you. Another September hit. Flipping hell. Is this some strange happening where everybody in the stream suddenly says that their birthday is in September? Same. Starlight says, Philip as well. Get out of it. Same. Very much looking forward to Void, said Starglider. Another Halloween special, Toby? Yes. Got some ideas for it? Yes. We talked about the Halloween special last year. So there's two thoughts in my mind. Okay, there's the first thought is the tomb, a kind of classic family tomb or Colosseum or mausoleum, kind of mausoleum. But I also thought it might be nice to do a basement expansion for the haunted house. I just thought that might be quite a nice idea. So I mean, out of those two, what do people feel? I mean, it won't. Oh shit! Don't do that. Sorry, my daughter just appeared at the bloody window. Hang on. Bear with me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just had a heart attack. That was live. I'm gonna watch that back and laugh my head off. So I've got the door open here, it's pitch black, and I look round and there's my eldest daughter standing in the darkness just staring at me. I'm like, flipping hell. Oh my god. I feel like I lost about 5 years of my life then. Like it was, like I said, she was like a ghost. She was just standing there and I was like, ah! She knew I was streaming as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Haunted office, ghosts of children in the corner. We're talking about Halloween, I know. Oh, flipping hell. Oh my god. I haven't said that bad word. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Right. Right, so let's can anybody do like a, is there like a poll thing we can do on here? Is there like a poll? Do we do a mausoleum or a basement expansion for the house? The Revenge of the Kids. Oh my god. Nobody clip that, alright? I don't know whether you can do that. Mausoleum. Oh my god. Whew. I fit the wall on the third party expansion. I was trying to write at about 60% complete, I think. A bit Halloween inspired, but it was a multi-option ended game based on Grimm's fairy tales. Fantastic. Well, you give it some time, David. Put it down, come back to it and read through it and see what you feel. If you get a vibe and you suddenly get a vibe again, just write a bit more. Maybe next year. Okay. Well, man, you know, if you get it out there, or you tell me more about it, maybe I can give you a few pointers. The moral is to never have kids. Kids, they'll be the death of you. And Andrew Andrew, you're probably right, but you know, you're young when you have kids. You don't know any better. That sounds great. It does sound great. You'll get there, man. You'll get there. Try some music. Get some music going while you're sitting there thinking about it. It might just drive you on. By the way, what do you think about the COC game books? The Call of Cthulhu game books. Is that what you mean? I haven't read those. No. We say we have kids, but we belong to them. Le Dernier, I like that. That's very true. Oh, yeah. No, I love kids. I've always I wouldn't have been. I was been a teacher for many years, so I've really don't have a problem with them. Now it gets philosophical. I'm here for it. Le Dernier, absent. Oh yes. Yeah. Now you two are connecting. I can see on a level there. I had a vasectomy because they didn't want kids. When I got home from the hospital, they were still there. Yeah, you need to get that in the right order. I think. I've got an uncle or cousin of mine. Cousin had 5 kids and had a vasectomy after that. And they were like, don't want any more. Apparently, Ian Livingstone is releasing a new. Yeah, he is. Apparently, I heard that. Slow clap. Talahar is giving the slow clap. Nice. I like it. Yeah, so it's looking good. I'm excited. There's so much stuff going on. I've just got work coming out my ears. I'm pacing myself though. I've got it all underhand. We've got a camping trip in a few weeks, and so that's going to give me a bit of headspace, which is nice. But by that time, I'm going to have it all written, and into that stage where we're doing the layout, which a lot of the layout has been done already. So we're in a good position. Yes, yeah, we have got a new Fighting Fantasy coming. I think that there was a period, I think, where Ian Livingstone wasn't as appreciative of his Fighting Fantasy heritage, which I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I think you can create things and they can kind of become a bit overwhelming. But just recently, I mean, he's done a couple recently, isn't he? So he's definitely he's back on board with it, and he is obviously Sir Ian Livingstone is a great ambassador for games and the UK gaming arena. Full stop, digital and physical. So we give him all the plaudits. Right then. Let's just get rid of this one. Okay, so Fighting Fantasy. Let's have a little butchers at this. So we have. Today I picked up House of Hell. That one there. Oh, I've got to install it still. No, it takes a second. Island of the Lizard King. Appointment with Fear, which is where you play a superhero. And Temple of Terror. So I think we should pick one out of those 4. I mean, I'm not really too bothered which one. Camping anywhere nice? I was going to somewhere in Wales, but managed to get a day trip to Paris on Skyscanner for £17. So I'm doing that instead. Never been to France before. I love Paris. It is a great place. One of the galleries are amazing in Paris. So for me, art galleries are like top of the list for things to go to because that's my background. David says House of Hell. Okay. Talahar says Lizard King. He had it in German. Well, that makes sense because he's from Germany. 5 Facebook books are all on offer on Steam at the moment. Ah, okay. Get Down to the Catacombs. You mean the Temple of Terror? Is that what you mean? Come on, Paris. Come to Paris. You'll be welcome in Country House. Yeah, I know. I really do like Paris. I've been there a few times. It's great. And yay! Talhar's from Germany. That's why he had his Fighting Fantasy books in German. Just in case you hadn't connected the two. House of Hell is so difficult. Oh, wow. Well, you know, I bought it and then I suddenly thought to myself after I bought it, maybe I should do that one at Halloween. House of Hell. There are some bugs in the first edition, impossible to finish. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I did have this book, but it wasn't one that I remember doing. Not like Freeway Warrior or Thieves or Warlock or anything like that. Okay, do we want to put up... Has anybody... Island of the Lizard... Should we do a Lizard King has some great art and is less likely to kill you after 6 pages? Should we do Island of the Lizard King then? What do we reckon? Are we okay with that, people? Island of the Lizard King. It feels like it's a kind of... I always felt like the weather in Island of the Lizard King was good. And I may be completely wrong. It's kind of like a prehistoric island that is sunny. So maybe that's more suited to this. It's a treat to watch. Yeah, Lizard. Okay. Andrata, I think I will do House of Hell, but it will have... I think it's making me feel more Halloween-y, the vibe from that. I'm getting off the cover and from what I know of it. So maybe we'll come back. It's a treat to watch. Yeah, no, I definitely will do it. But let's just go with Lizard first. Maybe let's just install that. Here we go. Okay. I did have some water as well. All right, we'll do Adventurer. Wills talking. House of Hell is definitely hard, but it's certainly not Starship Traveller hard, which was bloody hard. We did that on stream, and I just thought it was ridiculously tough. I'm with you, Wills. Oh God, that's annoying. Maybe there's... I don't think there's anything this end that's the internet issue, but yeah, we need some... There's a bit more light coming off my screen than there needs to be. Let's have a look, see if we can put something darker behind here. Bear with me. Can you remember what your first Fighting Fantasy book was? Mine was Death Trap Dungeon, followed by Warlock Firetop Mountain. Oh no, I Warlock of Firetop Mountain was my first one. Hopefully that's a bit better. Yeah, no, I definitely Warlock of Firetop Mountain. My favourite. The art just drew me in, and that was it. Le Dernier. Take care, my friend. I did like City of Thieves as well, I'll be honest with you. Talar said, Blah, how you doing? I ordered those SGJ Fighting Fantasy reprints. Looking forward to them. Yes, there's been much talk about that. I think, David, you were thinking about that as well, weren't you? Going to do Adventurer. Let's do the stamina. Let's get it a little bit higher than that. Oh, that looks better. I won't do it very often. I promise. We'll just... No, we want something. Yeah, we'll go with 4 then. Okay. We'll go with that. Luck. See what we get. 5, that'll do. Okay. Now, is there some really stupid music going on? Let me just check. Can't hear any music. Audio. No, I can't hear any. Doesn't seem like there's any. Mood, Starglade, no. Haunted Hallways, Tavern Tales, really. Foreboding Forest might be quite a good one. Doesn't seem to have come up though. Maybe got it on the wrong things here. Let me just check the sound settings. Hang on. No, should be alright. Can't hear anything. But if that comes on, let me know. Anything, bring on some Motorhead. Yeah, exactly. That feels like the theme, doesn't it? I think that guy went. I think he ended up here and it wasn't quite what he was hoping for. Oh, I just saw they have Freeway Fighter for the Steam app. Yes, always wanted to try that one. It is really good. It's probably my second favourite. I love that environment. Right, should we take a potion of skill, strength, or fortune? We'll do strength. Do strength. Yes. Okay. You begin your adventure with a sword, leather armour, and a backpack with space for provisions and any treasures you may come across on your journey. Rationing your provisions is key to a successful adventure. They may be consumed at any time, excluding combat, by accessing the adventure sheet. Each meal restores 4 stamina. Be sure to pay close attention to stamina and restore it regularly. Your difficulty setting determines how many provisions you begin with. Adventurers and free readers start with 10, while hardcore heroes begin with 3. Wow, that's a bit easy, isn't it, Leone? No, no, still here. Just wanted to see where this. Fantastic. I'm glad you're still here, Leone. I just wait. What? Anything other than future fortune is insanity. What did I do? What did I do? Once you have during the quest, yep, encounters, yep, got that. Good. Okay. Oyster Bay is a quiet fishing good start. Fishing village, some 60 miles down the coast from the notorious Port Blacksand. We've been there. Because it is at the end of a long peninsula, reached only by a steep and winding path, the fisherfolk are left to lead a simple but content life away from the monsters and sorcery of the hinterland. Journeying south from Fang, you decide that you could do with a few days' rest, and knowing of no more peaceful place than Oyster Bay, you urge your horse towards the coast. Besides an old adventuring friend of yours called Mungo, lives there now, and it's been years since you last saw him. 2 days later you arrive at the edge of the cliffs overlooking Oyster Bay. It is a beautiful sunny morning and everything looks tranquil below. Nothing seems to have changed. The cluster of stone cottages nestles between the foot of the cliffs and the jetty where a dozen fishing boats lie at anchor. You jump off your horse and walk it down the winding path to the village. The first people you see are a group of crying villagers. As you approach them, several of them step out of a cottage and run towards you. One of the 4 is your old friend Mungo. His weather-beaten face is full of anger. He looks surprised to see you, but wastes no time with words of welcome. He recounts the sad events that have befallen the village. Having no gold or material wealth, the people of Oyster Bay thought themselves safe from raiders attacking their village. but several weeks ago, while most of the men were out at sea, the lizard men of Fire Island landed their boats in Oyster Bay and kidnapped several young villagers. Mungo believes that they are now enslaved on Fire Island and working in chain gangs in the gold mines. Since the kidnapping, the 2 people were left to guard the village while the rest went out to fish. Despite this, the lizard men attacked again this very morning, overpowering the guards and taking away more villagers. Bloody hell. Fortune is an... Oh, damn. Sorry, David. Well, it goes in the direction of some solo RPG games. Toby is the... thank you. Thank you, Talha. Doing some explanation there. Mungo tells you that he is about to set sail for Fire Island alone because the other fishermen are too scared to set foot on the island. He stares at you in silence until you smile and say that you will aid him in his quest. He slaps you on the back and shakes your hand in gratitude. For the moment, the poor fishing folk forget their grief and crowd round you, eager to thank you. Mungo then invites you to dine with him and squeezes and the rest a while as the village to dine with him and rest a while as the voyage to Fire Island will take several hours. Over a delicious feast of boiled lobster and salad, you discuss your plans. Mungo tells you that he does not think that humans live on Fire Island any longer, but his knowledge is fairly limited. These are just rumours that pass between fishermen from other coastal villages. However, it is known that Fire Island used to be a prison colony guarded by a tribe of paid lizard men. This was a rather futile attempt by Prince Olaf to rid his land of undesirable characters. The good prince soon learned that it would have to be simpler to put his lawful citizens on Fire Island and leave the evil doers on the mainland. There were just too many of them. He gave up his attempt and abandoned the prison colony. When the lizard men received no pay, they took their vengeance out on the prisoners, and the island became a place of terror ruled by lizard men prison guard who proclaimed himself king. By a lizard man prison guard who proclaimed himself king. The prisoners were forced to dig mines in hope of finding gold for the lizard king. They were underfed, and ill-treated, and many died. This is presumably why the Lizard King is sending out his men to find new slaves. It is known that in order to assert his authority, the Lizard King began practicing dark magic. He also started genetic experiments in an attempt to breed an invincible race of lizard men. Most of the experiments went wrong. Grotesque mutants were created, and some of the harmful potions found their way into the water drains with terrible consequences. The local flora and fauna were affected, with the result that man-eating plants developed and giant beasts evolved. Woo! Man, sometimes it dreams. Yes. A few of the prisoners managed to escape the island on rafts and were picked up by fishermen, but what has happened in the last few years nobody knows. Fire Islands has almost been forgotten until recent raids. Success in your quest to assassinate the Lizard King and rescue the kidnapped victims is doubtful, but you must try. You stand up and walk down to the jetty with Mungo, stepping aboard his small fishing boat. In the sight of the cheering villagers, you untie the boat and push out to sea, wondering if you will ever return. Well. Okay. Alright. So here we are. So it went a little bit wild pretty quickly, didn't it? So we had the villagers attacked, children enslaved. My God, maybe this wasn't the right book to read. And then the Lizard King, has done genetic experiments. I don't know whether that's probably what you would call it in this situation. He's probably just interbreeding animals. But anyway, it turned out wrong, bad, as you can probably imagine. I don't know what he was imagining would happen. And it's now an island overrun with giant man-eating plants and strange creatures. Sounds fun. Mungo's years with the fishermen of Oyster Bay have made him a skillful boatman. He swiftly hoists the sail. Yes, indeed, Jeff. Dr. Morio. That's the book, isn't it? The island where, yeah. I think that's obviously, this is clearly what this is inspired by. He swiftly hoists the sail of the small boat and sets a course due west across the silvery blue sea. The land soon recedes into the distance, and you sit back on the deck, relaxing in the afternoon sunlight. From the stern, you hear merry whistling, the creak of the rudder, and Mungo occasionally calling out to a seabird passing overhead. You think about the good times you used to have with Mungo, his constant cheerful nature and willingness to help people in need. You find it difficult to believe that so much evil exists in the land when there live the lives the likes of Mungo. Whenever. As the hours drift by, you talk and laugh, trying to ignore the dangers ahead. Mungo is always one to tell a tale, and he's now telling you about his father and how he used to work in the travelling circus. There's quite a bit of preambles to this, isn't there? The whole book is thinly veiled allegory and what happened in the mid-last century. Oh, okay, that one's gone. Telling you about his father. Where were we? Sorry. He was a big man, big as a mountain. Last Mungo, and he would do just about anything for a paying crowd. Wrestle trolls, have elephants stand on him, and even let a killer bee sting him. He was a tough old customer, but he finally met his match in the north. The circus was in Fang as one of the attractions during the festivities surrounding the trial of champions. That's another book. And my father decided on a whim to enter. He walked into Death Trap Dungeon and alas, was never seen again. So there's a few references here. Death Trap Dungeon being obviously book 6 in the Fighting Fantasy series. He was really too old and he was really too old for such an ordeal, although there was no telling him that, but at least he tried. Just as Mungo was about to tell you his next tale, he jumps up and shouts, "Land ahoy!" at the top of his voice, as though he were yelling the news to the crew of a galleon. You look on where he is pointing and see Fire Island in the distance. The island sits on the sea like a green cushion with a jagged mountain protruding from it. Smoke gently curls up from its top, a volcano's fuming anger waiting to explode. Ooh, a little bit poetic there. Mungo steers the boat towards a small inlet at the eastern tip of the island, hoping that it will remain concealed between the high rocks. You both put on your backpacks and clamber out of the boat to begin your quest to find the Lizard King. If you want to go left and scramble around the rocks to the beach cove, turn to 24. If you want to go right and explore the inlet, turn to 33. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of crossovers there, definitely. Let's go left. Everybody says go left. We'll go left. Okay. Right, what have we got? It does not take you long to reach the beach, which is small and covered with golden sand. A few rocks jut into the sea, and at the far end of the beach you see a tiny hut made of white stone. The roof has collapsed and the hut looks deserted. There are some long tracks in the sand crisscrossing the beach. Could be a snake, maybe. If you wish to walk across the beach to the hut. Yeah, let's do it. We're doing it. Ooh. Right. Who's the artist for this one? Forgotten his name. Oh, I'm annoyed at myself for forgetting his name. Alan Langford, of course. So this is the original book here. Fantastic. Number 7. Keep that there. Alan Langford. It's a giant crab. Look how cool that is. You're about halfway across the beach when suddenly a large mound of sand by the sea's edge starts to rise into the air. Then you see 6 large spiny legs and a pair of pincers as the sand slides off its huge shell. Your eyes widen at the daunting sight of the giant crab before you. It scuttles across the sand, picking up Mungo with one of its pincers. Mungo cries out in pain, unable to free himself from the vice-like grip. Oh my god. Okay. We've got to help Mungo, haven't we? We've got to just leave him to be sliced in two. Alright. You run to the giant crab with your sword drawn. It drops Mungo into the sand in order to attack you with both pincers. Let's do it. Alright, so we've got 10 skill. It has 6 skill. Stamina and potion strength. Provisions times 10. Sword, backpack, leather, armor. Okay. Let's do it. Ooh, a good bit of that one. Oh yes. No. Oh. Yes. We're the white, not the red. Clearly. Yeah. This is good. Yeah, we're doing it. Is that making a noise? Nice knowing you, Mungo. Yeah. I just found that book on my bookcase behind me, a birthday present the year after it came out. Daniel, nice. Yeah. What Jeff says Talahar. Come on, Mungo. It's like Flash Gordon, isn't it? Mungo. This guy's down. Oh yes. Come on. He didn't stand a chance. We're too powerful. Excellent. You're triumphant. If you win, turn to 366. Kneeling down beside the crushed body of Mungo. Oh man. You gently lift his head in your arms. His eyes open a little and he manages a half smile despite his agony. In a whisper he says, "Well, old friend, it's the end of the road for me. A lot of use I've been. Make sure you get the Lizard King for me. Won't you? ? Then his eyes close and he slumps down dead. Ouch! You bury him on the beach near the cliff, marking the grave with his sword skewered into the sand. More determined than ever, you set off on your quest and walk to the stone hut. I have a feeling that he was doomed anyway. Yeah. Bloody hell, all those memories. The abandoned hut is littered with broken furniture, smashed pottery and a few bits of torn clothing. You kick away a dirty rug and see the handle of a trapdoor in the floorboards. We're going down the trapdoor. Okay. You pull on the handle and lift up the trapdoor. In a small compartment you see a wooden box which you lift out of the place and place on the floor. The lid is covered with candle wax. If you wish to open, we're going to open the box. Of course we are. The lid lifts up easily and inside you find a corked earthenware jug and a note which reads, "Many years ago I came to Fire Island for peace and solitude, but since the lizard men have dwelt here, such an existence is no longer possible. I have now returned to the mainland. Many of the plants and bushes here are poisonous. A scratch can kill you. Drink my potion from this jug and you will come to no harm. I wish you well for whatever reason you are here. Farewell, Baskin." Now it's personal. You are so right, Leone. Island Lizard King 2. Mungo's Revenge. This time it's better. I love it. Very good. So the question is, do we turn to 238 and get the drink the potion, or do we not? What do you think? What do people think? Do we drink the potion? I'm kind of inclined just to go for it, don't you think? Should we just go for it? Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it. Okay, let's do it. The liquid tastes of aniseed and is milky in colour. You gulp it down but feel no effects and can only presume that it will protect you on the journey ahead. You put down the jug and leave the hut. Okay, I assume that must mean that we've come this far. You said it. Alright. Behind the hut you see a narrow goat track. The goat has been this way, leading up the side of the cliff. You wend your way up it and are quite exhausted by the time you reach the top. You take a swig of water from your flask and realise that water shortage could be a problem for you on this island. What did I say? A sandy kind of hot place. Better late than never. Gulp it down. Yes. Looking west, you see the daunting sight of the sleeping volcano standing above the trees, but no sign of life, although you can certainly hear it, a cacophony of bird and insect. Noise. Yes, there's no signs of life. With the light quickly fading, you decide to camp for the night behind some rocks. You do not sleep very well and are awake at first light, eager to set off. You decide to head directly into the trees. Mungo! The undergrowth between the trees is dense. Plants with long or broad leaves, some with spiny tips, vines and creepers, fungi, roots and flowers of all sizes, shapes and colours, fighting for light and space in the humid jungle thicket. You have to use your sword to cut your way through it, and it is long and slow business. If you wish to sit down and rest at the base of a giant tree, if you'd rather continue hacking your way southwest. Well, this feels like an invitation to experience something, doesn't it? So maybe we should sit down and have a sweet smell floats down from the upper foliage of the tree, which makes you feel relaxed and drowsy. I'm tripping, man, I'm tripping. As your eyelids drop, you do not see a thick vine lower itself down from the branches above. It silently wraps itself around your neck and starts to squeeze. You awaken, choking, and try to grasp your sword, which is lying at your feet. Why is my sword lying at my feet? 10. Excellent. Here we go. Test my luck. We are lucky. You stretch out and your fingertips just manage to reach your sword, but now you cannot breathe and your face is crimson with veins bulging in your neck. You desperately hack at the vine until you cut through it, roll away out of its lethal range. You cough and rub your neck and watch the hideous vine drip purple sap. Although you are lucky to have escaped the clutches of the carnivorous tree, you have not escaped injury. Lose 1 skill point and 2 stamina. Flipping hell. That's outrageous. How do I get this up again? What was the trick? We learnt last time, didn't we? How do we... Is it that one there? Here we are. Unbelievable. That is outrageous. Flesh-eating tree. Paul, how are you doing? Better late than never. Gulp it down. How are you doing, Paul? Had I seen you before? There's something between about you and Talahar's image which is very similar. Although still weary, you decide that it is better to keep moving. Yeah, I think you're right. As you push your way slowly through the undergrowth, the hairs on the back of your neck start to prickle and you feel that you are being watched. You stand back, sword ready, watching the leaves for any sign of movement. Then 3 large men with sharpened teeth step into view. each wearing only a crude loincloth. Ferengi! They are armed with stone clubs and long spears, but you are more alarmed to see that each wears a belt of shrunken human heads. The headhunters start to argue about who should kill you and earn the right to wear your head on his belt. Finally, one steps forward. Come on, then. Oh, you don't stand a chance, bud. Look at you. Look, even then. Easy. Look at that, one down. Okay, right, here we go. This is, oh, okay, down to 17. Oh boy, this one's cocky. Just about. Oh yes, we've got it. You are indeed at South Park avatars. And the third headhunter. Come on, headhunters. Oh man, I didn't even mean to do that, but that was nice. Oh, look at that. Oh man, we've lost a little bit here. I'm gonna have to eat some food after. That's good. Oh yes, fantastic, triumphant. Right, can we use a provision? Use it. Yes. Actually, we've got 23. May as well use it. There we go. That's good. Right. If you win, turn to 1, and we did. The headhunters have no items of equipment on them, but have a hide bag containing bananas and coconuts. Oh, lovely. You save your own provisions and eat the headhunter's food. You gain 1 stamina point. You wonder if their village is nearby and decide to climb a tree to get a better view. From the top you see smoke rising not far away in the southwest, perhaps from a village. Directly west you see the trees gradually thin out, and away to the far northwest you see the daunting shape of the volcano. You climb down from the tree and plan which way to go. Which way ahead? So southwest was a village, perhaps from a village. Okay, and northwest trees gradually thin out, and away to the northwest you see the well, we don't really want to head towards the volcano, do we? Yes, I'm an owner player of all things 2D. Oh, thanks, man. Yes, Paul. Yeah, it's coming on very nicely. I think we can go to the village. Oh man, it was southwest, wasn't it? You hack your way through a thick undergrowth and hear the distant sound of drums coming from where you saw the smoke rising. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know why. This feels crazy. Wow. Here we go. This is maybe a bit risky in the middle here, do you think, for a fine fantasy book? The beating of the drums grows louder as you scramble through the undergrowth towards them, and you also hear chanting voices and deep humming. You crawl forward as quietly as you can until you reach the edge of a small clearing. There are several bamboo huts in a circle around the edge of the clearing. In the centre of the clearing you see 12 headhunters standing around a naked man tied to a post. One of the headhunters, who is wearing a face mask and headdress, steps forward, his arms raised in the air. The drums instantly stop beating. Then a woman hands him a bone knife. You can see her here in the middle. She's also doing a bit of nudity. The headhunters are about to gain a new trophy. There are too many of them for you to fight at once, and you feel helpless. There is only one plan you can think of to distract the headhunters, but it is dangerous. If you wish to take a burning branch from the fire in front of you and set some huts on fire, oh, that sounds pretty good. Or would you rather slip back into the jungle? Let's do the fire, shall we? You crawl towards the fire, hoping that the headhunters will be too engrossed in their ritual to notice you. Yes, I think so. Excellent. We are lucky. Grabbing one of the burning brushes, you dash behind one of the huts and set it alight. Then you run to the next hut and set it on fire as well. The huts are soon blazing away, and you watch from behind the next hut as the headhunters run around the clearing, shouting instructions to each other in total confusion. The man tied to the post is temporarily left unguarded, and you run to him to set him free with one swipe of your sword and cut through the vines, holding him to the post, and run off towards the jungle, yelling at the man to follow. As you are running, one of the headhunters sees you and throws his spear at you. Bloody hell. Okay. Roll 1 die. You roll 2. Continue. If you roll... Oh no. Oh no. The spear flies through the air, strikes you in the shoulder, send you crashing to the ground. You lose 3 stamina points if you're still alive. You see the man that rescued you come to your side and pull the spear from your shoulder. He picks you up and helps you run for cover inside one of the huts as the other headhunters turn to attack you. Inside the hut, the rescued man arms himself with a spear and a stone-headed club. His gratitude shows in a smile, and suddenly he runs out of the hut, screaming at the top of his voice. You watch as he charges into a group of advancing headhunters, stabbing and hacking at them in a mad frenzy. Before he finally succumbs to their blows, he manages to slay 3 of them. You stagger out of the hut to fight the remaining headhunters, but only one, the chief, steps forward to fight. The others turn and flee. Hang on a minute. Let's get up my adventure sheet here. What have we got? Provisions. Yes, back up to 23. Let's just do that. Okay, this could be a tough old fight. Let's see. It's a draw. Ooh, good, good. That's what we like to see. That should be relatively bad. Okay, not going to use luck on that. 18-18. Ooh, pretty close. 16-16's only 1 in it. Wow, look at that. Well, that escalated quickly. It certainly did. Oh yes, come on now. Oh no. Oh yes, critical. Prime attack. Okay, excellent. You are triumphant. You see the man that you rescued come to your side and pull the spear from your shoulder. He picks you up. Hang on a minute. Oh, if you win. You pick up the chief's spear and run back into the jungle the way you came. You are soon well away from the village and slow down to walk. Once again you are alone on your quest. Really? Slowly you hack your way through the dense jungle, not really certain of the direction in which you are heading. Later you catch a brief glimpse of the sun through the trees, enough to orientate yourself and turn to head west. Let's just have a quick look at something here. So we're down to 17, so we need to use some provisions. Use the provisions, yes. So I thought we got a spear there. Okay, so we've got the spear added. Drank the aniseed liquid. So we've got a few things added to our collection here, which is good. Okay. And we've still got the potion of strength, so that is still there. Alright. Oh yes, 7. Pressing on further west, you notice that the ground is becoming wetter and softer. Soon you are ankle deep in water, the trees thin out, and you find yourself wading through thick black mire. The marshland stretches out in front of you as far as you can see. Suddenly you hear the sound of squelching behind you and are surprised to see a strange creature run past you. It is small with green reptilian scales. Its arms are long and hang down to the ground, and it moves rapidly over the marsh on its webbed feet. It pays you no attention. I can't imagine calling out to this creature is going to do us any benefit. I mean, could it come back and attack us, do another fight? I don't suppose it matters too much, but I can't see what benefit. I don't think these things, no, let's just keep moving. Okay, another amazing piece of art by Alan Langford. The ground under your feet becomes softer and softer until with each step you are sinking into black mire up to your knees. It's very tiring to keep going, and you begin to worry the whole landscape is water covered with only the occasional clump of reeds breaking the surface. Still you press on resolutely until brought up short by the sight of a flaying tentacle arm unfolding out of the black water in front of you. Another arm reaches out before a hideous octopus-like beast with dark green lumpy skin rises slowly into the air on its 6 arms. It is the loathsome slime sucker, and you must fight it. Oh boy. Here goes. A spear may come in handy about now, if you have one. Oh yeah, the chieftain. Before the slime sucker is close enough to attack you, you throw the spear at it. Roll 1 die. Oh, 6. We like that. The spear finds its target, plunging deeply into the soft green flesh of the huge slime sucker. Although weakened by its wound, the slime sucker still manages to lunge forward and attack. You must fight. During the fight, your skill is reduced by 2 because of the tiredness and lack of mobility. Oh boy, that's not good. Skill 8. 5. He's only got 5. He's wounded though, so. Oh man. Oh, 14. Let's do this. It's a draw. Oh, I like that one. Tentacles. Oh yes. I think with that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, yeah, we lost some there. Wounded by the slime sucker. Okay. Uh-oh. Come on, we just need one more. Not good enough. Avoid the damage. Oh yes, come on. There we go. You slime sucker. Excellent. We win. You wipe the thick blood off your sword and trudge off west again, wondering what other creatures might be lurking in the black waters of the marshland. Although you are expecting some terrible beasts to rise out of the water, everything remains calm. Gradually the ground becomes firmer underfoot, and soon you're out of the water and walking through thick mud, keeping a watchful eye on the terrain and sky. You are unaware of the disgusting soft bodies clinging to your legs. It's only when you notice some discomfort that you look down and see giant leeches wrapped around your calves. Ah! Do you have any provisions? If you do, we do. Roll a die and add 1 to the number roll. This is the number of giant leeches clinging to you. You lose 1 stamina point for each leech. You also use salt from one of your provisions to remove the leeches. 5 leeches. Disgusting. Roll. Yes. Oh dear. Here we go. What have we got? Down to 10. Oh damn it. Use a few provisions there. Okay, if you're still alive, yeah, just about still alive. 280. After checking yourself carefully to make sure you are finally rid of the parasites from the marsh, you continue west across the muddy plain. Ahead you see 2 hills, and you decide to walk towards the gorge dividing them. The ground rises and you are at last away from the difficult terrain. The jungle and marsh are behind you. Grass and flowers make the island appear lush and beautiful,
but you know you cannot afford to relax. It is not long before you reach the gorge and see that runs between several hills in a westerly direction. If you wish to walk down the gorge, we're doing it. We're going down the gorge. Got to test my luck again. Don't forget about the potion of strength when you get very low. Indeed, Daniel, thank you. When I get very low, it's true. It says I've still got a spear there as well. Okay. You walk down the gorge and into shadow, the sunlight being cut off by the southern hills as the gorge narrows. You suddenly hear a rumbling above you. It is the sound of a landslide, and soon rocks and boulders are crashing down around you. Test your luck. Ah! Sadly, your luck has run out. You needed to score luck. Ah! The boulders fall down like rain, and inevitably one hits you. Roll 2 die. 6. Okay, 6 it is. The small boulder lands on your shoulder, but it strikes only a glancing blow. You lose 2 stamina points. Whoa. Paul says, I'll be adding cards to my Legendary Dungeon order as well as upgrading to Spiral. Thank you, Paul. May add the custom dice as well. Yes, the gorge. Thank you, Paul. That's awesome. There's the form on the Legendary Dungeon Late Pledge. You can click on and add it in there. Thankfully, we were lucky there, I think. You shield your head with your arms and flee down the gorge as fast as you can. You run down the narrow gorge, hopeful that another rock fall will not occur. The gorge once again widens out, and you slow down to walking pace as your claustrophobia dies down. On a large boulder to your right, you see some words which seem to have been carved out of the stone. If you want to walk up to the boulder and read the words, yes. The words form a stark warning which reads, "Turn back or die." Thanks, Jeff. But you cannot tell whether the warning is for those entering the gorge or those leaving it, as the boulder faces both ways equally. However, not wishing to take chances, you grip your sword and walk stealthily down the gorge. In the fine sand on the ground, you notice traces of old footprints leading out of the gorge. They end abruptly in front of you, and there are signs of a struggle. 2 pairs of footprints lead back down the gorge with 2 straight lines behind them, as though their owners have dragged a body behind them. As you follow the trail of footprints, you catch sight of a shiny object in the sand. You prod it with your foot and see an oval snuff box made of brass. Pick it up. Picking it up, you see that it has a hinged lid. We're opening the snuff box. Inside the snuff box you find a small gold nugget and a piece of paper with a message scrawled in charcoal which reads, "If you are reading this, it will mean that I have failed in my attempt to escape from the slave mines of the island of the Lizard King. My raft is hidden beyond the gorge where the plain meets the river. If you are here to help us, please follow the river upstream until you see the mud huts. The slave mines are nearby, but beware the lizard man guards." You fold up a piece of paper, put it in your pocket together with the gold nuggets, and continue to follow the footprints. Oh, great picture. The ground underfoot becomes rockier, and the footprint trail you have been following disappears. In the distance you hear a faint rumbling. Could it be the yawning of an awakening volcano? You hurry on down the gorge, but are stopped in your tracks by the sight of a huge reptile blocking your path. You stare incredulously at the armoured beast, which appears some 6 meters in length. It's a giant lizard, and it sees you as a source of food, no doubt. It is great art, isn't it? We're doing it. Skill 8. Oh boy. We can do this. Oh man. Yeah. This could be the toughest fight yet. Eee! Come on. Yes. Oh. Yes. You will have that one. And that one. Okay. Okay, we're getting pretty low on the old health front here. Look, we've only got... Use it. Use it. We've got to use it. Use it. Okay, we're out of provisions. Let's do it. You win. You step round the huge body of the giant lizard and press down the gorge. Press on down the gorge. At last, the gorge widens out to become a grassy plain, and the hills are soon behind you. Not far away, some 10 meters to your left, you see a pond where many birds are drinking. If you want to drink at the pond, no. To your left, you see movement. A small creature is running across the plain. As it approaches, you see that it is a small pig. The thought of roast suckling pig makes your mouth water. If you have a spear, we do. The pig is running very swiftly, and you have to throw fast. And you know, I could do with the. Oh no! I've just used up all my. Test your luck. I think we're okay. You are lucky. The spear skewers the pig and brings it to an abrupt halt. You gather some wood and build a fire, eager to roast the pig. When it is finally cooked, you sit down and gain 3 stamina points. With your strength renewed, you set off southwest. I just blimmin' spent 8 all my... That's not any good, is it? In the distance you see rising ground, and beyond in the northwest the ever daunting shape of the sleeping volcano. It is not long before you reach the bushy bank of a river running slowly southeast. On the far side of the ground is quite steep and tree covered. Well. That feels like a good place to leave it here. Okay. Now that is because it is 11:30. It's late. We've had some good fun in the Lizard King, and we've had a good old laugh and bit of an update on the Legendary Dungeon news. So I think it's probably a good time to leave it there. Hopefully nobody minds. Now this one has been a bit more kind of feasible. You know, I don't feel like this is kind of like difficult. So maybe we'll come back to this one and carry on. We've got a bookmark on there, as you can see, the red bookmark. So hopefully, we'll jump back in and carry on with this. No problem, guys. Thanks for being here. Really enjoyed the conversation. I've said this before. It's really nice for me to be able to kind of chat with people, even if it is over the stream here. It did. Thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. Great, and there'll be more news next week. Maybe I'll do another video for the channel. We'll just see how we're doing. Yes. Thanks Daniel. Thanks Starglider. Guys, have a great weekend. Hope you're up to something good. It's my 28th wedding anniversary tomorrow. So we're going to be celebrating that. Thanks David. Thanks Toby and gang. I felt like a bit of an interloper when no way, man. Wills, you're the man. Yeah, you will. You'll get your books soon. They are in the post. Anytime you want another playtester, think of me. Paul, send me an email, toby@drgames.co.uk, and I'll send you through the latest links for Legendary. You know, and we'll get you testing that as well. No problem. Guys, it has been awesome. Will's been great to have you on the chat as well. Daniel as well. Any kind of new folks there? Who was our rocker? Leone, pleasure to have you here. Pleasure to have you jump on board and stick. Thank you, Leone. Thanks, Blaine. Thanks for that. Nice one. Guys, you are awesome. I will be back next week. Now, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, why not? I feel obligated to say this. And the bell, apparently, for notifications, then you'll know when I'm next live. So guys, take care, and I will catch up with you very soon.